All right, let's get right into it. All around us, there are these incredible machines, total workhorses, right? They're built like tanks, they're super reliable, but they're from a different era. Today, we're going to look at a tiny piece of technology that teaches these old machines some seriously amazing new tricks.
Just think about that for a second. You know that piece of industrial equipment that never fails? That medical device? That security system you've trusted for years? What if you could monitor it, control it from anywhere in the world in real time? What if it could just join the modern world without having to do this massive, expensive, painful overhaul?
So here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about the problem of these lonely offline machines. Then, we're going to meet the little translator that fixes everything. We'll get into its superpowers, its size, its toughness, its security. Then we'll see where it's already working out in the real world. And finally, we'll wrap up with why this little chip is actually a huge deal.
Okay, so let's set the scene. Imagine a factory floor, a hospital, you name it. It's filled with these amazing machines that just work day in, day out. But they have this secret. They're totally isolated. They're lonely. They can't talk to the outside world at all.
See, the language these machines speak is something called serial communication. It's simple, it's reliable, it just sends data down a wire one bit at a time. But, and this is a big but, it's got some major limitations. It can only talk over really short distances, and managing these things usually means someone has to literally be standing right there. In today's world, that's a massive bottleneck.
So how do you fix that? How do you bridge that gap without tossing out millions of dollars of equipment that still works perfectly fine? Well, what you need is a translator, something that can speak the old language and the new one. And that's exactly where a company called Sollae Systems comes in. Their whole philosophy is super smart and simple. Instead of reinventing the wheel, you can just, as they say, quickly and easily give your existing gear the power to connect to a network. And this little guy right here is the hero of our story today. Meet the CSE M53G. It's a tiny, micro-sized module, and honestly, it's the key that unlocks everything we're talking about. So what does our little hero actually do? Well, it's a serial to Ethernet module. Let's make that simple. It listens to the old-school serial language from your machine, translates it into the modern TCP/IP language of the internet, and then does the exact same thing in reverse. It is, no joke, a universal translator for machines.
And here's what that looks like. It's really straightforward. You've got your serial device on one side. The CSE-M53G module just sits right in the middle, acting like a bridge. And on the other side, that's your network. The LAN, the internet, your servers, it just seamlessly connects these two completely different worlds.
But here's the thing. This module doesn't just work. It's designed to work basically anywhere. And it has three, let's call them superpowers, that make it perfect for pretty much any job you throw at it.
Superpower number one, it is tiny. I mean, look at those numbers, 20 by 24 millimeters. That's smaller than a postage stamp. Because it's so incredibly small, you can embed it into almost any machine out there without having to redesign the whole thing. It just fits.
Superpower number two, this thing is unbelievably tough. Check out that temperature range. We're talking -40 all the way up to positive 85 degrees Celsius. That means it's perfectly happy working inside an industrial freezer or sitting right next to a furnace. This isn't your normal consumer tech. This thing is built for the harshest environments imaginable.
And finally, superpower number three, and this is probably the most important one anytime you connect something to the internet, security, right? You need to know your data is safe, you need that peace of mind.
Well, the CSE M53G basically puts a force field around your data. It's got SSL/TLS encryption. That's the same heavy-duty stuff that protects your online banking. You can lock it down so only specific IP or MAC addresses can even talk to it. And of course, it's password protected. So yeah, it's secure.
Okay, so we've got this tiny, tough, secure little translator. So where are people actually using it? Well, the answer is kind of everywhere. Seriously, the list of applications is just wild. We're talking everything from critical medical and healthcare devices to massive factory automation systems. Security, banking, energy grids, traffic control. I mean, you name an industry that relies on these kinds of devices, and this little module can bring their whole system online for remote management. It's just incredibly versatile. So let's zoom out and bring this all home. In the grand scheme of things, why does a little chip like this really matter?
Because, this isn't really about buying flashy new equipment. It's about unlocking the massive potential that's hiding in the reliable, powerful equipment you already have. It's a bridge
A bridge that lets your most valuable machines walk right into the future of the Internet of Things. When you boil it all down, it's simple. It saves you resources. It saves you time you would have spent traveling for on-site fixes. It saves you the money you would have spent replacing perfectly good machines. And it saves you all the headaches that come from managing a disconnected system. It really is the definition of working smarter, not harder.
So I'll just leave you with this final thought. In your world, in your business, what's that one trusted old-school machine, that sleeping giant that's just waiting for a tiny translator to wake it up and show everyone what it can really do?